here we are, episode 2 with Nonz. How's it going, man?
It's chilling, man. It's chilling. I'm all good, and you?
I'm pretty good myself. It's kind of rainy today.
Yeah,
Super
man.
humid.
It feels just like home right now.
Yeah, where are you from?
From Miami. I'm back home, 305.
Oh, geez. Miami, that's a far away from Arizona.
Just a couple thousand miles, man.
Yeah. I was over there for a little bit when I was in the Navy. I was
Yeah.
getting trained in aviation electronics. So, learning about airplanes and shit.
Fuck yeah. I've been to Pensacola a couple times.
Yeah, Pensacola is a kind of a weird place, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
Small.
A lot of people, a lot of different kinds of people. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's like a melting pot.
Yeah, for sure. It's a military town, pretty much. So, any military town's crazy, like
Oh, no,
melting
I feel
pot.
that. I feel that.
I've got bounced around all over the country. But like, what are you working on recently?
Right now I'm working on my EP, A Letter to You, #Alti.
An EP?
Yeah.
Nice.
5 songs.
What would you describe it as?
It's like pop punk, a little rock, like old school rock, like your classic, you know.
Nice. That's kind of cool. Sounds interesting. Hey, where can people find that?
They can find it everywhere, every platform except SoundCloud. No SoundCloud over
Except
here.
SoundCloud. What's wrong with SoundCloud?
Just everyone looks at you like SoundCloud rapper, this and that.
That's
I
just
don't
the
want to
stigma?
be, yeah, I don't want to be published as a rapper.
Oh, okay.
You know, more like of that rock star lifestyle.
Okay. So like songwriter, like musician.
Yeah, songwriter. I play a little guitar. Right now I'm trying to learn how to play right-handed.
Oh,
I'm left-handed though.
oh shit. So
Yeah.
do you play left-handed already?
I know how to play left-handed, but I don't have my left-handed guitar with me out here in Arizona. So, and like all the people I be hanging out with making music, they got right-hand guitars. Like there's no tomorrow. So like,
Yeah,
I just pick one up. I'm just like strumming, trying to learn that shit.
Damn, it's got to be hard.
Oh, it's a little bit of a twist, but we're getting there.
That's good. That's good. That'll open up some possibilities for you,
Oh
probably.
yeah.
So, I mean, what were you working on back home? Like the same kind of stuff, or?
Back home I was working more pop, hip hop stuff, emo rap. Kind of like the same stuff now, but I'm really incorporating like the pop punk rock into it.
Nice.
Very heavy guitar beats, even some metal beats too, you know. Get a little hardcore in there.
Nice, dude. Definitely send me some links.
I got you, fam. On Friday I'm dropping my first song under my new name, Sadboiii with 3 eyes.
Sadboiii with 3 eyes.
Yeah, all capitals.
Nice, dude. I'll make sure people can find that.
Oh yeah. Friday, June 25th, Die Alone, all platforms.
All right, June 25th, Die Alone by Sadboiii. Got it.
Yeah, man.
It's cool. Well, I mean, I remember in class you were telling me about some story with a deal. You kind of got fucked over.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear that, dude.
Back in 2018 when I first like signed up to DistroKid and everything, I used the alias Young Nonz because Nonz is like my nickname since I was born. My family gave it to me, and that's just like what I was rocking with.
Nonz, got it. I pronounced it wrong when we started.
It's all good, fam. But I met this dude up in North Florida, St. Augustine. Cool dude. We became friends, pretty close, pretty tight over like 2 years. He's got a little independent record label. He signed me last year around like September, October. We'd been talking about this deal like since like I'd say early 2019, 2020. And just everything was rocking and rolling, going great, like, when I signed the papers, you know?
Of course.
Day one's always going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But after that, it was, like, super sluggish, super slackish, you know? Like, this was, like, some bullshit-ass stuff going on. The engineers at the studio, they were never available, which makes sense. They weren't getting paid. They were just getting a percentage off the songs that they were recording. So, of course, they didn't want to record us.
It's hard to stay dedicated when you don't have cash in
Yeah,
hand.
their workflow was shitty, but it was understandable because they aren't getting paid. They aren't getting nothing. They got studio time. They got rent at home. They got a family to feed. Like, they can't just be, oh, this kid's going to blow up. So, like, you know, let me get the little 25% when every time we record. But it just didn't make sense. Like, the whole deal was a little flaw. There was a lot of different clauses that just would never hold up. And
So was it just like a lack of experience of writing the contract or what?
yeah, dude got his contract straight off the internet. I don't even think his lawyer looked at it. He made it himself. He very inexperienced with the law. Like, he might think he knows this and that, but it was just a shit show.
And there's a lot of people who graduate from YouTube University.
Yeah, dude was definitely Mr. YouTube. Like, just figure it out on your own, and which I got nothing wrong with that. But like, there comes to a point where if you want to reach some sort of level, you gotta have some sort of experience, some sort of knowledge in what you're doing, and
Training, at least.
yeah. But things were smooth. And I had done marketing with him prior to this deal, and those things went great. I do one marketing run with him while signed, and major red flags left and fucking right. Like, I'm literally at 7,000 streams day one, and then day two, it's telling me I only have 1,000 streams. Like, there's some sort of farm botting going on. This is some, like, red flag type shit. I'm asking him what's going on. He's giving me, like, this attitude, like, because he's going through some insurance bullshit. Like, bro, like, I get it, you're going through something, but that ain't me. That ain't this. I'm trying to figure out and deal with this issue because I don't want my song taken down because, like, some marketing promo you did is some ass wipe,
Right. It gets flagged by YouTube and just straight
Exactly.
ripped off because of the
So,
bots.
I'm trying to figure out, and he's, like, just giving me a hard time about it, telling me I'm being inconsiderate about his whole insurance thing. Like, bro, like, I signed a deal with you and everything. You're supposed to be, like, fucking covering all this shit for me. Like, what's going on?
You just cut some corners.
And no answers. Yeah, corners cut left and right. We would be recording at home, in his at-home studio, untreated room. It looks treated, but it's not treated at all. You could still hear, like, the AC coming in and shit. Like, it was really mediocre, which I got nothing wrong with it because I got, like, basically the same setup at my house. But if I'm signing to you, like, you're going to take care of that shit. It's in the contract that you're going to get me in studio time, this and that. And, the dudes back in Orlando that we had the studio agreement with, they weren't coming through, which I totally agree why they wouldn't come through. But fucking find a new studio, set up a new studio deal with someone else. Nah.
Yeah,
Fam wanted to take it straight to his crib. He wanted to use the least amount of money. And, when you cut corners, you're mediocre. You don't invest.
Yeah, you
nothing's
get what you
going to
pay
get
for.
going.
You just get what you pay for most of the time, dude.
And I was kind of fed up with it. I was like, yo, like, I want out the contract. He had mentioned a couple times prior when I was dealing with some personal issues with my family and shit, if I wanted out the contract. And I told him, nah, like, I want to see through it. Like, I believe in this. And now when everything shit hits the fans and I'm like, yo, like, maybe we could work something out to delete this contract. It just turned into, like, a whole argument.
Oh, jeez.
A whole fucking war. Like,
so he wanted to hold you by the balls then?
Yeah, no, he wants to hold me, like, he's got me on chains, like, he owns me and shit.
Jesus.
And I was, at that point in my life, I had gotten kicked out of college in St. Augustine.
Oh.
So I had to go move back to Miami with the family. And, like, I'm dealing with my lawyer with the contract and everything, and he's telling me, like, this shit won't hold up in court. Like, the non-disclosure, first off, just, it's silly. The whole contract's silly. He's telling me, like, I can't believe you signed this. And I kind of did. I signed it out of pride and, like, wanted to do my own thing, like.
You just wanted to get rolling, get moving?
Yeah. And it was kind of like, he was trying to make it move fast too. Like, there were points where, like, I would want to get the contract to show, like, a lawyer, and, like, he'd never get back to me, but I never pushed on it to, like, make it happen. Like, I'm sure if I kept pushing on it, it would have happened, but we just want to get the ball rolling. We're, a little too impatient, a little too rabbity, and that's, like, that was my biggest mistake, definitely.
Sure, I feel like that's a common mistake.
Yeah.
So if you're listening at home, definitely keep that in mind.
If you're signing to a label, have 2 lawyers look at it. Have 2 lawyers. Have an entertainment lawyer and a lawyer that you trust.
Was you don't trust entertainment lawyers?
Not that you don't trust your, like more like a lawyer that like you have like real ties with, like
Yeah, and then
like a family lawyer,
and then a
like,
specialized lawyer.
yeah, or like a friend that you know really well, but he's good at his lawyer shit.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, an entertainment lawyer.
Yeah, of course. Entertainment lawyers, man. Like that's got to be a small niche, you know. How many of them are out there?
Shit,
Yeah.
I don't know too many of them, but a lot of lawyers I know that do like contracts and shit, they'll say they're entertainment lawyers.
No, they just kind of like scoot it in there. 'Cause
Yeah.
They know how to read it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a business. There's money there.
Yeah, if they could read the language, then you know you don't have to get an entertainment lawyer, but
It
you know
helps.
your best bet.
Yeah. You'll have the experience and the knowledge for sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever talk with our instructor, the one teaching us audio business?
Yeah, we've spoken a little bit. Not too much. I didn't really want to. I'm trying to forget about all that, start over, and everything.
Yeah, you just dropped the name, huh?
Yeah.
That's a shame, dude.
I lost all like about 100 songs.
100 songs?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I had already 80 out, and then I had 20 ready, uploaded, and everything. Because I like to upload like way before they even drop. And since I did that, it made a media date and everything.
Oh.
So I can't re-upload those 20 songs or nothing.
Oh, jeez.
I found a way to wiggle room those 80 songs, though, that were previously released, re-release them as cover songs, but then the fucking old head gets some money and, well, you know, fuck the Blackout label. Fuck them all. Literally.
Well, it sounds like you got screwed over there. I hope you learned a lot.
Oh, I learned a big lesson. You can't trust no one in this industry, not even your closest friends.
Yeah, that's why you write contracts,
Yes.
even with your closest friends.
Yes. And have those contracts thoroughly looked at.
Yeah, I've been sort of managing a metal band recently, you know, Archinaut. But yeah, we kind of never really got we had an EP released. It's just 3 songs. It's all self-recorded, self-produced. Yeah. So I don't know. The quality is kind of amateur. It's a shame because it's the only 3 songs on the internet. But you know, working on the other songs and stuff, and it's gonna be a 13-song album that they're trying to drop first.
Yeah.
And
come out the gates just one album. No singles.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean that would be the best as a metal band. I mean that's kind of how you do it. You drop albums or sometimes like EPs as like demos, like leading up to the album. But you know, like going through this audio business course, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, it makes my head fucking spin just sitting there.
I can't even believe how unprepared we are to even be recording these songs.
Exactly.
We didn't have a recording contract with the guy who recorded our drums, but he didn't charge us until he finished, and he ended up like losing some of the songs.
So he was kind of like a work for hire.
We had to track them all over anyways, and we decided to do it MIDI. We're just like, you know what, we're not doing this again. Like first album, like MIDI drums, you know, we make some sacrifices. If it sounds good, it is good. You know,
yeah. See how the people like it.
The drummer plays live every time. You know, you want to see how he sounds live. The best metal shows are live. I mean,
oh yeah,
well, I mean,
live shows.
Every show's live. That was a dumb statement, but you know, the best experience of metal is live. If you pop in a metal CD, like, and you've never been to a metal show, you usually don't know what
same experience.
Yeah, you don't know what you're listening to. You know, once you've been to a metal show, like, it's like, oh, I get it now. Like, I understand. And like when you pop the CD in, you're like, yeah, it's like I'm there again. Like, it's like I'm fucking people up all over again in the mosh pit.
Same thing with EDM. Like, you don't really kind of understand or really feel the music just listening to like on your phone or something.
Yeah, especially with like the heavier genres.
Yeah, but then you go to a rave, you spend 20 minutes, and you're like, okay, yeah, I get this. I really fuck with this.
Especially if you, you know, pop some MDMA or something.
Oh, man.
You really get into
Everyone there's rolling. They're rolling.
Your friend. Yeah, I've never really been to a huge rave The only ones I've been to are like little small ones at like conventions and stuff. But I need to go to like a really big music festival.
Oh man, I just went to Excision.
Oh man, my friend was
this
trying
past
to. My
weekend.
friend was trying to drag me to that. I kept saying no because I'm so broke.
That was technically like my first real rave. Like,
No.
it was huge. Fucking people on top of people. The PA was killer, bro. You just feel the thump right into your heart. You could feel your heart beating every fucking second. You're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, dude. I can't imagine the stacks of subwoofers they've got. Like how. I don't know.
They
I'd
definitely
love to count
had
them.
4. I saw 4 stacks at least.
Now you're going through the school. You're all counting all the equipment.
Hell yeah.
It's funny. I'm catching myself doing the same shit. Every
Fuck
setup, every stage I see in a picture, I'm like, what do they got? What do they got over there?
And like taking pictures of like the gear and shit.
Yeah.
Seeing where they zero out at, whatnot.
Yeah, I'm seeing people post like their like equipment or like questions on Facebook or something. I'm like, show me pictures. Like, what do you have now? Like, I never knew what the gear was before, but starting to learn all this stuff. It's pretty crazy.
No, yeah, I love that API.
Yeah,
Makes
the
you
API 's
sound
fun.
amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that machine. I was having trouble with it last night though, man. I thought I'd lost my files too earlier.
You got to give it a little nudge,
Yeah.
a little TLC.
Some mechanical agitation. That's what they called it in the Navy. Just beat the shit out of it.
Hell, you just fucking on those faders,
No, I'm not
thumping
doing
hard on them.
fucking $200,000 console. Yeah, right.
Not with the Neotech, they fucking just bam.
Yeah, the Neotech is like a brick. Like,
They'll fucking curb stomp that bitch to make it work.
yeah, no shit. I can't wait to get into the live consoles though. I want to learn some live stuff,
yeah.
man. I was at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Phoenix. I got my cousin, he works over there. He's like the head sound tech for the state of Arizona. He's actually employed by the state.
Oh, shit.
Not just the theater.
He's
He's employed
badass.
by the state.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm gonna get him on as a guest pretty soon.
Oh, you
It's
got
gonna
to
be
do
dope.
it for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Dylan. I know you're gonna listen to
Oh
this.
yeah, Dylan.
But yeah, I was playing around at the Orpheum, and he had a Yamaha Ravage 3. It's like this really nice like live mixing console. Everything's customizable. It's got like 4 different screens on it, and they all like the faders. They're all automated. They change colors and shit. Like it's all got LED lights all over it, dude. And
that must be a trip just playing with that at a show.
Oh man, it was insane. He actually he pulled up a multi-track for me, like a Counting Crows multi-track. Hope I don't get you in trouble by saying this, but we were mixing that. We were like messing around with that a little bit, but it was pretty interesting, man. Just seeing it was like pretending to mix a live show, you know. So you get all the imperfections and shit.
Yeah.
Like you get all the EQs to like try to get out all the imperfections, you know,
Tailing out that reverb.
It's pretty crazy in a massive theater like that. It's just a massive room with huge speakers, and he's just like, yeah, crank it up, man. Just turn it all the way up. There's nobody in there, and that shit was just blaring. It was so awesome, though.
Definitely hitting over 95 SPL.
Depending on where you're standing, it's a pretty big room. Dude, it's crazy. It looks like a classical theater, like all the banisters are all like the flourishes on
like where you'd
them,
watch Phantom of the Opera.
Oh yeah, just like that, dude. And like the ceiling is all like soup. It's like this huge dome ceiling.
Fucking where Lincoln got shot.
Oh, could have been, man. Except Phoenix didn't exist back then, but Phoenix was just a flat ass desert with nothing.
No, I'm pretty sure that was somewhere in the east where he got shot.
Oh, it had to be.
Well,
there's nothing out here but like, you know, Native Americans.
No one fuck with my history. It's a little choppy.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest history buff either, man.
Fuck yeah.
So, I mean, you got any crazy stories for like of your live show? Have you done any live shows as like a artist?
Man, I've been literally this close to opening up for some pretty big acts like Rob Banks, Danny Towers. Like, they're pretty big in the underground scene, especially in Florida. And, well, let's just say the guys at the label didn't really help me out too well, and that didn't go so well. You know?
Of course.
Like, you know how, like, these shows are like, yo, like, you will give you these X amount of tickets, you sell them, you make your money like that, and you come perform, like...
Yeah, that's how the underground scene is.
Yeah,
anywhere.
That's a pretty good fucking deal,
It's
in
standard.
my opinion. You know,
Pretty
you gotta
standard.
open up for a big name, and, you know, first time ever performing, but nah. They didn't want to do that. They wanted, like, oh, you come pay us, like, 200, 300 something, and, like, you're not going to pay some nobody 200, 300 bucks to come open up for Rob Banks or Danny Towers.
So your label was trying to, like, fight them on the agreement?
No, I was doing the whole communication to begin with. The label wasn't even out there looking for shows or nothing. They weren't doing anything to do anything.
Yeah.
I was just getting hit up by promoters and shit through Instagram, and, like, I'd be side by side with the label head, like, you know, just tell him, like, yo, like, how do we, you know, talk this and that? Because I was, you know, a little more inexperienced back then than I am now.
Right.
So I didn't really know how to, like, you know, handle these situations the best. I didn't really want to fuck it up, you know? So I was, like, taking his advice, but, like, honestly, I should have just went in and just been like, oh, okay, I'll, you know, sell the tickets. That would have been a great fucking jump for me.
Leave the label out of it.
Like, yeah.
With such a small label, just don't even fucking tell them. Just sell your tickets, get on stage. Like, that's...
No,
that's
this label didn't even have a distribution or publishing deal. Like...
Okay.
I didn't even find that out till I was looking for other studios for us to record at. And I had found this one place, and they were willing to do a deal, not for the free like the other dudes, 25%. They wanted, like, you know, cash up front and then cash on the back end. But it was a pretty sweet deal considering their rates, the studio equipment they had. Like, it was a fucking amazing deal.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, who do you have for your distribution, your publishing for the label? And I was like,
good question.
I never even found out about this. So, you know, it's like a 3-way call type of thing with the studio. I put them on mute. I call up the label head. Label head's also my manager. It's only one guy.
Yeah.
The label's one fucking guy. It's not even a label. It's just a guy running a fucking show, like a pretend imagination thing that he's got going on. It's all computer bots and whatnot.
It's a pretty big hat to wear.
Yeah, like, he's doing everything, and I call him up. I'm like, yo, what's the distribution? What's the publishing? Oh, we got none, you know. We're uploading straight to, like, ditto.com music, like, same thing as DistroKid. And I'm like, so...
I could do this by myself?
Yeah, like, I'm already doing this by myself. What the fuck? What did I just get tricked into? Like, you know, I'm getting, like, this big image of a label getting popped into my head by this guy. And, like, I know, like, it's, you know, there's no headquarters or nothing and all this. Like, I knew, like, what I was getting myself into. But, like, the back end shit, like, I thought it was a little, you know, there was more to it. And then everything come crashing down. Like, it was literally, like, day one signing, you're top of the mountain. And as each day goes by, you're just going down the mountain, rolling down. You're getting into, like, this big-ass, huge ball of snow. And you just crash right into the fucking rock at the bottom.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts, man. I can't imagine how that feels.
At first, it didn't really faze me too much. My lawyer, I was like, yo, can I, like, you know, drop music still independently, even though I'm signed and whatnot? And he didn't really understand the contract too well at the beginning, so he kind of gave me the thumbs up to do that. And I think that kind of pissed off this dude. And by the time I came out here to crash, boom, copyright infringement, copyright strikes on every single song, everything, take down all of it, everything gone, and within a week, there's no more Young Nonz. Gone, dead, deleted.
Wow. So you did that on purpose?
I feel like maybe he did it on purpose because he sees me out here, like, learning how to be an engineer and a producer, which is, like, his main gig, but, like, he's not he can't even be a YouTube engineer, a YouTube producer. Like his mixing skill, like if I show you one of our old songs compared to like a song I just mixed last night, you're gonna be like, what the fuck, man? Like this dude's putting out music on all platforms with that type of mix. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're figuring it out.
Oh no, it's a blessing. The school's been a blessing. Fucking life's been a blessing.
That's good, man. Dude, I didn't even know this school existed. I've been living here my whole life. Like, hanging out with, like, musicians and stuff. Except that it's, like, the metal scene.
Yeah.
So the metal scene is kind of like, it's almost, like, stuck in the past. Almost, like, stuck in the 80s. It's always talking about, like, you know, recording your album and you know, doing your release show. And it's like you're trying to get signed to a label. And I feel like...
Nowadays, you don't even need a label.
Yeah, it's like the whole metal scene is stuck with the idea that, like, you got to make a CD. Like, people need CDs. And it's like, man, I'm surprised I don't see more metal bands, like, dropping singles everywhere.
There's probably, like 25% of the population that owns a CD player or something that could play a CD.
I play CDs in my truck, but that's just because I like listening to CDs, like, from one to the end. You know, listen to a CD all the way through. It's so much better than listening to it on shuffle.
Yeah. But. No, my desktop, it plays CDs. I throw in some... I have literally, like, all the Eminem CDs. My favorite one's Recovery. I always throw that one in.
Yeah, I have all the Black Dahlia Murder CDs. So I just blast death metal while I'm driving.
Yeah.
Or some really hard EDM, you know. It's the best driving music. Just got to go fast.
No, I feel that. I grew up on, like, that classic rock, like, Nirvana and, like, what's their name? Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But then on top of that, I was, like, my parents are from New York, so Biggie Smalls, everything, Nonz, 50 Cent, like, that's what I grew up on. This new rap, it's cool, but, like... I like Tupac and Biggie better.
Yeah, something about the way they sound is just, it's a lot more pleasing.
Or like Ice Cube and NWA, like, just something about it, just, you could feel the music.
It feels more, like, composed. It's more like, I don't know, like they actually wrote a song rather than, like, just piecing a bunch of samples and, like, just making the same sounds for like half the songs, and then just it's like a different beat.
Yeah, you got the like the Migo, like almost everyone out of ATL like kind of sounding the same.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that, but you know, growing up, I really fucked with that old school hip hop. You know, especially that East Coast old school.
Yeah, and that stuff sounds really good. I think I honestly like the East Coast stuff better than the West Coast, just because the West Coast is like too slow.
West Coast, really, all I really could see that they had, if I'm wrong, I hope someone corrects me in the future, but I only saw Snoop Dogg, Dre, NWA, Ice Cube. That's really all I could, like, that's all that I listened to from the West.
Yeah, I mean the big names, pretty much. I don't really mess with rap too much, so I don't know a whole bunch of names. But I don't know, man. I grew up on like classic rock and
like AC/DC,
classic metal, and like Metallica and whatever. Like you said, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I listen to them all the time, but you know, so like I never really got a whole rap influence. My brother was into it because of his friends and stuff, but I don't know. I guess I just didn't hang out with the right people. I don't know.
No, both my parents are like encyclopedias of music. Like, I don't even know some of the songs that are my favorite songs because, you know, they're always playing it. So, like, oh, that's my favorite song right there. But, like, I never really, like, write down the name or, like, Shazam it or nothing. And they were the ones that really put me heavy on the rock and the rap.
Yeah, I was just listening to classic rock and stuff for a long time, and until my brother took me to a metal show. And, like, that... Dude, once I went to a metal show, I was like, that's it. This is the best right here. This is my favorite kind of music. You know, I found other genres and stuff, but I just can't get away from metal. I don't know what it is.
No, and then in 2016, I heard of Lil Peep, and I was like, whoa. Oh damn, that's like everything that I used to listen to put into one song.
Mm.
You know, like when I was in high school, like all depressed and shit, I'd crank up like the 3 Days Grace, Papa Roach, Breaking Benjamin.
Mm.
My bad. And then I'd have like, you know, like those rainy, like sad YouTube video songs that were rap. I can't name off the top of my head. They're like old, but like it was like Chris Brown and like Neo and shit like that.
Yeah.
A little Conan. I wasn't too big into Fall Out Boy until Lil Peep they featured him after his death, but like that emo rap, like I was like, holy shit, like I want to do something like that. Like I want people to feel, you know?
Yeah. I like the angrier stuff. I'm more into like angry, like, dude, give me a rap that's just filled with fucking hatred and anger and like, dude, I can get into it. Eminem, oh man, I like the way Eminem sounds. I don't listen to rap too much, but
Tech
Eminem's
Nine.
music, how it's so angry, like Tech Nine, yeah. But like the sadder stuff, like the slower stuff, I can't.
DMX.
I don't know. It's hard to connect to it, I guess. But fuck, I'm an angry motherfucker. DMX is all right. Just yells a whole bunch.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. He's from here.
Hell yeah.
My
I didn't
friends
even know that.
My friends would like come back from the mall and be like, "Oh, we saw DMX." Like what?
No, that dude was
You saw
literally living
DMX?
out his trauma. He like, you knew when something was going on with that guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was like before social media and shit too.
Yeah, man. Fucking.
In MySpace days. You got any new projects coming up?
I got this little EP I'm working on called The Letter to You,
Right.
#Alti. I got another album. This is like a full-blown album called Reborn. I got a couple other like projects.
How many songs you work on at a time?
About 4 to 5 a day.
4 or 5 a day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that just like piecing them together like rough drafts?
No.
Or are you like
to the T finished.
Oh, damn.
I put my own little mix on them, and then right now I'm using Logic mainly, and I'll throw on the Logic Master, and then I'll run it through like an E Master, and if that sounds like good, like if I'm happy with it, that'll be it. But I usually have like an engineer come work on it for me. Sometimes I might even go re-record it with an engineer. Shout out to Taz with 3 T's. Motherfucker's got the stereo spread on lock. He's been helping me out.
Where's he at?
He's out here in AZ.
AZ?
Yeah. He works for Team No Sleep Studios. Him and Chris have been helping me out making my music.
You have to give me a connect so I can get him on the podcast.
I got you, fam. I
want all kinds of people from this industry,
yeah.
man.
They're super into that pop punk, emo rap culture.
I'll have to brush up on it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I kind of don't know what I'm talking about when the subject goes there.
Oh, yeah. But about 4 or 5 songs a day. I try to make at least 2 beats a day as well. But sometimes I might not even make a beat.
Well, I mean, that's pretty good work. I mean, shit, I don't do that much.
I try to make the most because the more you make, the more you're going to end up like landing on something that might be a hit, you know? Like out of the 4 songs that I made yesterday, one of them I think, whoa, like people really going to fuck with this song. Like they're just going to really vibe with it heavy. They're going to relate to it heavy. It's not very like, it doesn't really like portray like a lot of negatives. It doesn't really like glamour negative things like drugs or violence or everything. You know, all of us artists, you know, we sometimes take off that stress, ease the mind, take the drugs, because, you know, we got personal issues, mental issues, and I feel like a lot of artists are like glorifying that use of drugs. I'm more like, yeah, I'm talking about it, but like you don't really want to go down this path. Like
It exists.
it exists, but you don't want this life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, extreme sells and then like relatable sells. And that's like a hard balance to achieve, man. How do you make it as extreme as possible, but also relatable? Because that's the shit that people really fucking look at, you know?
I try to think of it like, would I want my kid to listen to this song? You know, like, would my kid be able to listen to this song and look at me and think, oh, my dad, he's trying to, like, make something that is, like, you know, changing the world, trying to make people feel better about themselves, being there for people through music? Or is he just trying to talk about partying and doing drugs and being a freaking idiot?
Yeah, just to make the money.
Yeah, like,
Just to get the paycheck.
so that's kind of how I balance it out. I try not to glorify it because a lot of the artists that I am influenced from, rest in peace to them, most of them overdosed or they got shot down.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's the culture of like the whole
Yeah.
like rap or like pop rap kind of scene. Like it's just steeped in drugs, dude. It's like drugs all over.
And the sad thing is, a lot of us are prescribed these drugs to live a normal life.
We could go down that road. I could go down that road for
That's
a while.
a fucking rabbit hole that fucking will take days to fucking discuss.
Yeah, the opioid crisis.
Fuck
Was
Big
it manufactured? I don't know. I don't want to get into a Joe Rogan conversation.
Nah, you don't want to get into opiates now. They're fucking. If you can't get it scripted, you're popping fentanyl.
Yeah, fuck that. I'll stick with psychedelics.
Yeah,
Shit's
no.
way better.
Mushrooms. That's God's gift to us.
Yeah, someone's gift.
Yeah, no, you can grow that. You can grow it yourself using all natural shit. You know, just like weed, it's natural. It's grown. You know.
Yeah, man.
LSD, that's more like man-made, like in a lab. Like,
sure, but
if they just fuck up just a little bit, you know, you get all whacked the fuck out.
yeah.
Or
I mean,
like crack, that's man-made. Whipping it up in the pot, you know, you get a bad hit of crack and you're done for life.
you know, crack and cocaine is the exact same, right?
Oh yeah, no, cocaine, it's a little more pure, but crack, I don't remember. I don't really fuck with those.
It's the same chemical. It's if they add something to the crack, like fentanyl, like
Yeah.
something that's gonna like fuck with your brain or your body. Like the chemical that affects your brain the way cocaine does is exactly the same as in crack. But, you know, people fucking cut it with whatever the fuck they want to make more money.
And the crack is more addicting. You see more people wanting crack than cocaine. Like,
They're the same thing.
they're the same thing, just different forms. And like,
Yeah, if you freebase cocaine, you're gonna get fucking addicted hard. That's how people smoke crack. It's just freebasing
if
cocaine.
you could afford cocaine, yeah, you might get addicted. But like crack, you could get a little $5, $10 little hit off the streets, and you'll keep doing that, and you're gonna end up like fucking whacked out in the head.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
I know them. I know those people.
Dude, I see him at QT all the time. Fucking the other day, man, me and my boss, we drove up to QT. We were getting ready to go to a job, and dude, just right, like you walk around the corner from the door, and like there's this chick just crouched down, like broad daylight, just crouched down around the corner with a piece of foil in her hand and like a lighter and a straw in her mouth. Just
Fucking
what are
nuts.
you doing? Like there's 20, 30 people walking around, like going through this door.
Yeah.
Like cops come to this gas station all the fucking time, and you're gonna sit here and just smoke crack right in front of everybody. Like,
No,
you're nuts.
People out here in AZ do not care.
Nobody
I was
gives a fuck out
literally-
here.
I was at a gas station, not a gas station, it was like a little quick shop mart, and they had these chairs out front, and there was these dudes sitting there. I'm guessing they're plugs from far away. You could tell, you know how these guys are. And I walk up, and they stop me immediately. Next thing I know, they're pulling out pound bags, pints of lean. I'm like, goddamn. Like, these guys are either super fucking ballsy and don't give a fuck, or they're undercovers.
It's
you know?
probably the former. They're probably just ballsy.
No, yeah. I realized out here in AZ, no one gives no fucks.
You know why? You know why it's so crazy? Why they can do whatever the fuck they want?
Why?
It's because the cops are always busy. Dude, there's not enough cops. If you look at a map of Phoenix, and just look at the land, like the square mileage of Phoenix. It's massive, dude. Phoenix is huge, and it spans from downtown, which is super dense with a whole bunch of homeless and like drugs, and downtown's pretty crazy. I mean, anywhere in a super heavy metropolitan area is going to have, you know, a lot of drugs and crime. That's just where people congregate, that shit happens. And, you know, and then you go out to like suburb areas and it's still Phoenix, and it's like 40-minute drive and you're still in Phoenix. Their budget for the cops is not big enough to like hire enough cops to get all the way across these areas. So nobody's ever patrolling. All the cops are always going to a call. Like they're always on a call. They're always going somewhere. They're always like on their way somewhere. Like there's no cops ever just rolling around to look for shit.
That gives me a breeze off the shoulders because when it comes to cops, I'm fucking paranoid.
All right, now on the highway, the highway patrol, they have nothing better to do.
They'll get you.
They will get you. Yeah, dude, it's just crazy though, because like you see just weird stuff all the time, and like if you were to call the cops, right. Like you're gonna be waiting like an hour and a half, like before they even like get the thing on their list. Like so, it's asinine. Like there's no cops patrolling in this place.
Nah, it's like a fucking free for all out here.
Oh yeah, I mean, do whatever drugs you
want.
want.
It's fun though. It's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, I guess.
You walk down downtown Mill, fucking with $100, you'll find some good shit down there.
Yeah,
whatever you want, you'll find it like within 10 minutes. Just walk down downtown Mill.
I don't know. I like having people I can trust, though, you know? I like getting it from one person every time. That'd be the best. But.
Yeah, doing that, you're definitely going to run into some cut-up shit, some fucking laced-up shit that you might end up dead.
Yeah.
But even with the people you trust, sometimes they don't even know what they're getting.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, I mean, not
all the time, but, you know.
I mean, your dealer's not making it.
Yeah.
You know, your dealer's not pressing the pills. Your dealer's not growing the weed. They're not like making the LSD. That would be incredible. But no, they're not doing that.
No, but sometimes like they don't know what they're getting. Like they might buy like a pound of weed, and then they get it, and it might be cut with like coke or some shit, and they don't know.
That would be horrible. What would be the reason for that?
You want people hooked on that shit. Keep coming back to you.
That seems way expensive just to get people addicted to.
Oh, you'd be surprised. That's some Florida shit right there.
Genius. I got an idea, guys. Let's cut this with cocaine. It worked in the 40s.
Drop an ounce of coke and a pound bag of weed. Some shitty fucking weed. You could buy some fucking catnip that looks like weed. Drop some coke in there. Fucking sell that around. You'll get people hooked.
How long have people been making or using coke like medicinally? When did that start?
I believe like in the 40s and the 50s. I know like
I think it was like the 1800s, dude. I think they had like
really that far back.
They had like cough syrup that was just straight up cocaine. I gotta look this up. I'm curious.
I know like in Peru and like in Colombia and shit, they'll get the leaves and they'll chew on the leaves. They won't even like break it down into a powder. They'll just stick the leaves and chew on that shit.
Yeah, man, I've always been like curious about that. Like how different is it? I've heard it's more mild than just taking a bump of cocaine.
Yeah, it's not like that euphoria. It's more like that numb, I think. But those dudes that are chewing the leaves, 20 years later, their teeth are gone.
Yeah, man, I could believe that. That's got to be crazy. Wow.
Fucking, they used to have MDMA prescribed medicinal use back in the days.
We're like way off. The first description of the use of cocaine by humans can be found in the memoirs of a Florentine traveler, Amerigo Vespucci.
That's why they nicknamed coke Florina.
Yeah, well, he lived in 1400s.
God damn.
So, We're way off.
Shit.
That shit's been around for
That's
a long time.
That's an OG right there.
Now, I wonder if that's just the plant. I didn't really look into that. I'm not pulling it back up.
They probably just a plant.
It's probably just the plant. Like,
I think it's... I don't know if I'm right. I might be stereotyping it, but I think it was the Colombians that scientific, like, the breakdown into a powder.
yeah, I wonder...
I think that was, like, the whole Pablo Escobar.
Well, I mean, there had to be some sort of scientists that figured it out, right? And then I feel like, you know, some people who are into some black market shit, they're like, hey, we can do this. We can make this in the jungle where nobody can find us.
Yeah, and Escobar was running fucking TVs and, like, radio sets way before he was running coke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, I watched that show Narcos.
Yes, oh my
nuts.
God.
I gotta watch the second season. I never watched it.
Man, I don't like what they did to him. I mean, I know it's real life, but man, like, damn.
Talk about an anti-hero.
Fuck. I don't know. I dressed up as fucking Pablo Escobar one time as Halloween.
Yeah, that's a pretty good costume, I guess.
I had a little baggie filled with flour. It looked like cocaine, like, hanging on my jeans. And nice. I was at a party, and our party got raided, and I was, like, the host, so I ran to the front to go see the cops and whatnot. I'm obliterated, and my best friend, Flaco, he's dressed up as Tupac, and we are just talking to these cops. And I have, like, this little thing of, like, flour trying to mimic cocaine. And I'm like, I look down, I look at it, I'm like, they're not going to believe this is flour if they ask me. So I just, like, stepped away, and I was like, let me throw this out. And I went back.
Oh, you lost all your flour.
I lost all the flour. Shit, I could have sold that for an easy 300 right there.
Could have sold it in Arizona.
Hell yeah. Someone would definitely buy it, man. The borders are closed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
There's no Florina coming in right now.
Yeah, probably not.
And if there is, that shit's cut to the T.
Yes. No thanks. I'm good with the stuff that grows out of the ground.
Hell yeah.
Well, man.
It's a fucking killer fucking interview.
I told you this is not an interview. We're just having a conversation,
it was a great
dude.
Fucking sesh.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you liked it. Well, thanks everybody for listening at home. Again, this is Nonz. Well, formerly Nonz, I guess.
Formerly Nonz. Sadboiii now with 3 eyes.
All right, I'll post a link for that for them so they
Appreciate
get to see
you,
it.
Fam.
All right, man. It's good talking to you. I'll have you back on another time, maybe if you stick around, AZ.
Yeah. I'm going to be around here for quite some time. I love it out here.
Well, that makes one of us.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just kidding. Arizona's great. It's just really fucking hot, and there's a lot of people.
No, I hate the people that were in my society back in Miami. I got nothing against Miami, just people that suck.
People suck everywhere, man.
I don't know. I clicked better out here with the people out here. Just clicks better, you know?
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Well, I'll see you next time, man.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.